You disagree, Cheeky?
All relationships with men benefit women. Like, if it's a good man, it's benefiting that woman easy, guaranteed.
Can you give
Now,
examples?
for example, I don't have to be married to a woman to be a help to a woman, to aid a woman, and not require these certain things. It just depends on the man that you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a stand-up guy who's willing to show himself as a quote unquote provider slash protector, even with the average salary, she's benefiting, right? Because it's not as if women aren't looking for some form of leadership. Do you want a man? Is it fair to say that most women, just in a very general sense, want their men, whoever they're going to interact with in a relationship, to have more than them or equal?
The part that got me was the part when Hafiz he's like all about traditional marriage, he promotes being married, and then Pearlie is just like basically saying, there are some downfalls to marriage from the men's side. And so then I read the comments and people were like, oh yes, Pearlie told him, and I just did not realize so many men were against marriage. So then I had to think, well, what benefit really is a relationship to a woman without marriage, meaning the commitment part? If you listen to everything the manosphere speaks about women, about after you turn a certain age, your value goes down, and all these other things they throw out there, it wouldn't make sense any other way to be in any other relationship besides a marriage. So that's what made me come up with this topic. Is any other relationship besides a marriage beneficial to a woman? What do you guys think is the first question? I'm just going to come out with the meat.
Is there a way you want to go about this, or?
I really would like, I would like to hear the men. I was going to say I want to start with the women, but I do want to hear the men's perspective, because I think men think they know so much about women and they have no clue. Our brains are like, we're so much more complicated than you guys can even imagine. So, give me your idea on what. So, do you think that other relationships, whether it be a situationship, friends with benefits, life partnership, long-term relationship, are any of those relationships beneficial to women?
I'll start off by saying that anything other than a marriage can only benefit a man. The actual marital contract is for women to honor women. Anything else is strictly to benefit. It's only benefited a man. You gave up your body. Most of the time you rent out your womb. Other time women are allowing a man to use their body to masturbate. But if it's not a marriage, if he don't marry you, it's not beneficial to a woman.
I'll throw a caveat on it. I think that according to the women in Miami, them sugar baby relationships, and if you trap somebody with a baby that's going to get you $300K a month in child support, they might feel it's beneficial. But outside of that, I can't really see another way that it would be beneficial.
Let's talk about average. We're not talking about the millionaire that you got to find behind a rock. You got to go to a seminar to even just run across him, or if you don't live in a major city. We're talking about the average guy that you'll run into at the grocery store. You have access to when you walk outside, assuming that you're not in a major city.
No, I don't think it's any benefit to it, because what they say, like most 8 out of 10 women haven't had an orgasm before. So situationships and Netflix and chill don't benefit them. If you like somebody and you're doing everything to try and become a girlfriend and you never get the title you want, you leave with her feelings, so that don't benefit you. Maybe, but it would have to. So I was gonna say maybe a long-term relationship, but that would be something that had the prospects or would be closely resembling a marriage. So those kind of in the same, the same lane as far as moving towards it. You disagree, Cheeky?
All relationships with men benefit women. Like, if it's a good man, it's benefiting that woman easy, guaranteed.
Can you give
Now,
examples?
for example, I don't have to be married to a woman to be a help to a woman, to aid a woman, and not require these certain things. It just depends on the man that you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a stand-up guy who's willing to show himself as a quote unquote provider slash protector, even with the average salary, she's benefiting, right? Because it's not as if women aren't looking for some form of leadership. Do you want a man? Is it fair to say that most women, just in a very general sense, want their men, whoever they're going to interact with in a relationship, to have more than them or equal, which means that she's going to be having less? I'm not saying that's a problem, but that's how she wants the situation. Is it fair to say that most women want their man to be older than them? The implication of being older is more wiser and having more information and having more, which means she'll be having less, which means you'll be a teacher, she'll be a student. Not saying that something's wrong with that, but that's how they want it. Is it fair to say that most women would like for a man to be, let's see, a leader? They don't want inexperience, they want experience. So all of those things require her to be in a lesser position by her own will and doing. So if she chooses a man like that, even if he's average, that means to some degree he's giving more than she can give, and it's intentional. I don't think most men mind that because it plays in the role of provide slash protect, but an average man can fulfill that role. And if he's the right guy, yeah, sure. But if he's a douchebag or a dirtbag, she's always gonna lose.
So Cheeky, how does she monopolize on those skills if she's not in a real relationship? Because you can be all of those things and still hit one night because you fit the bill and not mess with her the next day,
Like
or
I said,
something in that
like I
range.
like I said, it depends on the man and whether or not he falls into the right category. But you don't have to be married to experience that. I'd be the fool to say that I didn't do that for my girl. We were never married. She enjoyed and benefited the relationship of being with the man.
Yeah, and I simply echo exactly what he is saying. It's I can't think of a single relationship except for an a-hole where a female doesn't benefit because I remember seeing a video where the guy says, "You still expect me to protect you. You still expect me to provide for you, even though we're not married. I'm still doing the husband thing now because that doesn't have an expiration date nor a start date. It's just something that we do. So I don't see where any type of relationship like that doesn't benefit a
Yeah,
female.
like that's from just looking at things. It's almost as if you unlock or earn things within a relationship with a woman. But as a man, you have to be those things. There's nothing to unlock. Like I have to be a provider, a leader. I have to be somebody who can protect you. You don't unlock protection after 2 weeks of dating. If something happens on the first night out, matter of fact, even if we're walking down the street, you expect me to step on the side where I can die and push you to the side. Women to tell you, hey, you step near you should be near the road, not me. Why do they say that? Why is that even an idea? It's because at some level there should be a barrier between a woman and danger, regardless of what step of the date. You're a protector. Everything that you're supposed to be before you are dating that woman. While when it comes to her, you kind of unlock that. First date, I'm not expecting you to cook and clean. Second day, I'm not either. Third date, no. But when we get into that relationship, well, hey, maybe now that it's committed, can I get that aspect of cooking and cleaning? Maybe yes or no, depending on how she feels and whether or not there's enough trust earned from that. I may get that.